Thanks for tuning in, everybody. My name is Brock Page, and I don't know anything about sports handicapping. I'm also still doing random sports picks for fun, and you might be surprised as to who I'm picking in the NBA today. If you just can't wait and you want to save yourself some time, check out my picks for this video in the description section below. Once again, I have to remind you that I am not a sports betting expert, nor do I implore you to take any of my picks. A wise man once said, good ain't free, and free ain't good. If for some reason you decide to use the free information on this program, you're utilizing it at your own discretion. And with that said, let's get into some picks for April 17th. Let's go ahead and start in the East. I'm talking about Indiana plus 7.5 at Cleveland with the total at 210. Currently, the Cavs are laying 350 on the money line, and at the moment, 59% of the bettors think the Pacers will once again get the job done against the spread. Speaking of the Pacers, they've been a full-fledged covering team as of late, successfully covering the spread in their last 7 straight. They're also 3-2 against the spread versus the Cavs. Indiana's facing a Cleveland team who's covered just 9 of 23 games against teams around 500. They also failed to cover in 3 of their last 4. On a side note, 3 out of both teams' last 4 games have gone over the total points. All that said, I'm ready to make my pick as I think the Indiana Pacers at plus 7.5 will get the job done against the spread. When it comes to the total points, I think this one once again goes over 210. And when it comes to the money line cash, I think the Cavs once again win it at home. I'm also adjusting the line and taking Indiana plus 15.5 as the first pick of my 8-point super teaser. I'm also adjusting the line once again and taking the over 202 as the second pick of that very same teaser. We're going to slide over to the West. Next and final game for the show, Memphis at San Antonio. The betting opened up with the Spurs as the 10.5-point favorites and the total at 189.5. Since then, San Antonio is now minus 11 against the spread, with the total moving downward to 188.5. Currently, the Spurs are heavily favored, laying 700 on the money line, and at the moment, 59% of the bettors think Memphis will get the job done. Speaking of the Grizzlies, they've struggled against the number as of late, but they've had great success against the Spurs all year round. Currently, the Grizzlies are 4-1 against the spread when facing these very San Antonio Spurs. The Grizzlies are also covering an impressive 73% versus teams allowing less than 99 points a game. They're going up against a San Antonio squad who's failed to cover in 3 of their last 4. The Spurs also cover a measly 28% against teams giving up 99 to 102 a game. On a side note, both teams are collectively averaging 193 total combined points in their previous 4 games respectively. All that said, I'm ready to make my pick as I'm taking the Memphis Grizzlies plus 11 to get the job done. When it comes to the total points, I think this one goes over 188.5. And when it comes to the money line cash, I think the Spurs win it at home. I'm also adjusting the line and taking the Memphis Grizzlies plus 19 as the third and final pick of my teaser. Just a reminder, my 8-point Sweetheart Super Teasers pay 5 to 6 and get graded as a loss should any game result in a push. You can find this exotic wager in several online sports books and in the state of Delaware. Well, folks, that is going to do it for me. Once again, I have to remind you that I am not a sports betting expert, nor do I implore you to take any of my picks. A wise man once said, good ain't free, and free ain't good. If for some reason you decide to use the free information on this program, you're utilizing it at your own discretion. Most importantly, if you're betting any of these games, do it safe, do it responsibly, and most important, have fun. For Brock Page, predictions and sports picks, I'm Brock Page, and have yourself a positive day.